Welcome to the Soul Mechanism Workshop. This place was created, channeled, and curated based on my own spiritual path and the things that I have worked very closely with in my own evolution on this earth and across soul lifetimes. I'm really proud of everything that I have brought here to this space and the things that are yet to come that are still in the works. But the reason for the name, Soul Mechanism Workshop, is based on kind of a working project that I am working with my spirit team and the Akashic Records with for part of my soul evolution and to aid in the kind of collective evolution that we are experiencing. I'm an energy weaver, which is a energy work modality that I channeled and is very specific to my soul and my soul lineage, and it's very multi-dimensional. It works on all facets and all dimensions, and it's very near and dear to my heart. And I'll have to do a whole separate video about it at some point. It's something that I'm still exploring. But one thing that kind of came about as I was working with energy weaving and some of the initial services that I was offering with Seekers Evolving when I first kind of was exploring that modality is I started channeling and working with what I call soul mechanisms as well as universal mechanisms in my sessions with clients, as well as my sessions on myself, as well as my studies, learning from the Akashic Records about all of the different things my soul has done over lifetimes, will continue to do, and what the different things that I have soul mastery over. And soul mechanisms is something that I have soul mastery of, but something that I have the pleasure of relearning in this lifetime. And the reason for relearning it is so that I can kind of bring everyone collectively that comes into contact with this space on the journey of discovery with me. And so soul mechanisms are essentially different aspects of the soul body, both of the soul that exists within our physical body here and our soul as it exists across dimensions and across all lifetimes and as a whole. So it's like a different way of viewing things than something like chakras or meridians. I have a very strong respect for those belief systems, and my work with soul mechanisms is just simply a separate and a different way of viewing and working with the energy body. And so I work with all of the different micro structures essentially within the soul body. And so instead of, for example, just using like the comparison of chakras, which I want to preface that I do have a limited understanding of, but whereas someone would say be working on like a root chakra, I would work on more like substructures that are very specific to what is going on, almost like mechanisms within the mechanism. So for example, in a similar area as someone would see the root chakra, I would see the authenticity core, which has different energetic pathways that flow through it and around it, and different mechanism structures that keep it functioning. And when someone is experiencing dysfunction with something in their life, sometimes it's just a factor of their life and just something that they are going through because of the world we live in. Sometimes it's because of a dysfunction in one of the soul mechanisms. And so that's what I do in my sessions, like soul weaving, or my exploratory attunement mentorship, or something like that. So I mentioned the authenticity core because that was one of the first major soul mechanisms that I relearned and started working with, and it's one of the big reasons for kind of like one of the mantras of Seekers Evolving, which is uncovering authenticity. So I'm learning more about it every day, and it's quite likely that if you book a session with me, that something could come up related to soul mechanisms. So I thought it was important for everyone to kind of have that understanding of what I'm currently working on, and some of the potentials and some of the perspectives that I have that might come up when working with me here at the Soul Mechanism Workshop. So I'm so grateful to be able to share this with you and to continue my journey with you. And welcome to the Soul Mechanism Workshop.